Yulia Putintseva faces backlash for ugly moment with ball girl at US Open 2024. Yulia Putintseva has come to the receiving end of a lot of backlash from the tennis world for her misbehavior with a ball girl in her recent third-round US Open match against Jasmine Paolini at the US Open 2024 on Saturday. But what exactly was the incident? Well, it happened when the ball girl tossed a ball over to Putintseva, and instead of catching it, the Kazakh player decided to stand there and not move even an inch, and let the ball bounce away from her, without making any effort to retrieve it. Now, isn't that a little rude of her? This awkward exchange between Putintseva and the ball girl led to a brief pause in the game for a bit, with the spectators also not seeming too happy about what went down in the match. However, the show must go on, right? And that's exactly what happened. Despite the incident, Paolini went on to win the match, and she proceeded to the fourth round with a solid 6-3, 6-4 victory over Putintseva. The Italian has been really consistent this year and continued her good form and run, having reached the fourth round at every Grand Slam this year. But the highlight of the match was indeed Putintseva's frustrated action against the ball girl. Fans even went on to boo Putintseva for her arrogance, right when she acted out that way with the ball girl. Famed television host and broadcaster Piers Morgan was absolutely furious with the way Putintseva behaved with the ball girl and called out her arrogance on Twitter by writing, "Disgusting arrogance by @Putintseva Yulia. The ball girl should have thrown the third one in her taunting face." Well, if that happened, we would have surely had one of the most historic moments in sports history, right? It was not just Piers Morgan. Tennis sensations were also not happy with the Kazakh player's antics. Tennis legend Boris Becker also called out Putintseva's behavior by posting, "Who does Putintseva think she is? Terrible behavior towards the ball girl." Then there was Australian champ Renee Stubbs, who also posted, "The disrespect and obnoxious behavior here is unbelievable and typical from her." Leading American tennis commentator John Wertheim also did not stay silent on the issue and wrote, "Those boos weren't nearly loud enough. So poor this." And wait, that's not it. American tennis commentator Brad Gilbert was also one of the famous personalities to call out Putintseva. He wrote on Twitter, "Tremendous effort from the ball girl to raise her arms. Ball person should never ever get dissed, since so many former players were a ball kid as well." Gilbert also went on to mock the Kazakh player by saying that she should have received a straight red card. But Putintseva has now issued a public apology to the ball girl and fans on her Instagram account by sharing a story that read, "I want to apologize to the ball girl for the way I was when she was giving me balls. Honestly speaking, it was not about her. I was really pissed at myself by not winning the game from the break point, and then got empty with my emotions and deep in my thoughts that I was not even focusing on what was going on and who gives me the ball. All the ball kids were doing amazing as always at the Open." Well done, Yulia. This apology was very much needed, wasn't it? This is obviously not the right way for athletes and players to deal with difficult situations on the court or in any field for that matter. Because let's not forget, the youngsters and ones who aspire to take up the game themselves look up to and idolize players like Putintseva, and actions like these can tarnish their own reputation in front of the world. It is quite evident that Putintseva's actions were wrong and not justified, which resulted in widespread outrage across the tennis world, as well as drove her to issue a public apology as well. Although the apology might not take back what she did, it surely must have cooled things off a bit.